There are a few unwritten rules in hip-hop which you never break. One of them being the fact that you never mess with 50 Cent because the consequences will be very dire.
Because how much you think it would cost to kill somebody?
And one thing about 50 is he doesn't care whether you're his biggest enemy or his closest friend. If you mess with him, you will feel his wrath. And this is something that his former signee Young Buck learned the hard way. Back in the early 2000s, 50 Cent was owning the charts, but he couldn't do it all by himself. Alongside Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, and Young Buck, 50 Cent founded his G-Unit label, and together, the group was unstoppable. They were selling out shows and filling up arenas, but there was one problem. Since 50 Cent was the group's leader, he often got the most praise, but apparently, Young Buck didn't feel this way. Feeling like he could do better, Young Buck started to leave the group and start his own solo career away from G-Unit, but he couldn't because he had sold his life away to 50 Cent. Rumor has it that Buck was owing 50 Cent a lot of money, and knowing how 50 Cent handles his cash, you can only imagine what this meant for Buck. 50 Cent did everything he could to blackball Young Buck, and after making him undesirable to the masses, Buck didn't need to leave the group anymore because 50 Cent kicked him out like a wet dog on a rainy day. 50 didn't sit Buck down privately to give him the news. No, he announced his departure from the group live on radio.
You can take this as official notice right here because we're on the hottest morning show in the world right now. Young Buck is no longer in the group G-Unit.
Wow.
Okay. That's an exclusive.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know that.
After being kicked out of the group, Buck couldn't cut it on his own, so he came crawling back to 50 Cent, asking him for forgiveness. But 50, being as petty as he is, he wasn't ready to forgive him, as he still wanted to embarrass him a little bit more. That's why when Buck called 50 Cent explaining how desperately he wanted to get back in the group, 50 Cent took it as an opportunity to make fun of him. So he recorded the whole conversation and released it for the whole world to listen to.
If I go overseas and you got to stay back because your finances aren't right, you have to stay back because your management shot felt that it was more lucrative for you to stay back and do the shows that he created.
You know what I'm saying? The niggas just want that same family shit like it's always been, man. I know I'm out of the line. I'm from the crew, honestly. I gotta get... I'm good.
Yeah, you're gonna be alright.
50 Cent showing him at his lowest was the final nail in the coffin for Young Buck's career, as he never recovered from the humiliation. And since he was still signed to G-Unit, Buck instantly got blackballed to a point where he had to file for bankruptcy due to him not making any money. So it's clear to see that 50 Cent really got the last laugh here. But his antics aren't just targeted at his friends, as they also stretch to his most feared rivals, such as Ja Rule. In 2018, Ja Rule's career was in a bad place. He was a washed-up OG past his prime. This is why when he sold his concert tickets, he had to sell them at a massive discount. And when 50 Cent caught wind of this, he had a field day on his Instagram. 50 mentioned that the tickets were selling for $15, so he allegedly bought 200 front row seats just so Ja could perform in front of an empty crowd. Now, that's gotta be the definition of pettiness. But as petty as that was, it was not as petty as the time he actually stole a wheelchair. If you know anything about 50 Cent, you would know that he doesn't play when it comes to his money. That's why when Daryl Mitchell took out a loan from 50 Cent that he couldn't pay back, 50 Cent took it upon himself to get some collateral.
No, I got the money. All I had to do is go to ATM. I got you, blood. Matter of fact, yeah. I don't have it right now. Get to you. I'm gonna get to you. Let me just go do this and I'll come right back. What you doing? Say, what are you doing?
I'm gonna listen till you come back with that money, right?
You real serious like right now?
Am I serious?
Yo, is you serious, dog?
But if you think taking a wheel is extreme, the last guy that owed him money got his house taken away. Mitchell Green, who is a former employee of 50 Cent, made the colossal mistake of stealing from his boss. He was in charge of purchasing cognac for 50 Cent's liquor brand, but it turns out that due to some of his shady dealings, he was pocketing some of the money for himself. 50 Cent didn't take his betrayal lightly, so he fired Green and took him to court. During the trial, it was discovered that Green pocketed over $2 million from his under-the-table deals. That's why the courts found it fitting to award 50 Cent with a $6 million settlement. Now, Green didn't have the $6 million he was ordered to pay, and it didn't look like he was gonna get it anytime soon either. That's why he filed for bankruptcy due to all his loans. But that didn't matter to 50 because he found another means of payment. 50 Cent sought out to seize all of Mitchell's possessions, including his house. He took to his Instagram to gloat about how he would keep Mitchell's family photos in the house just to keep his souvenirs. Now that's just heartless. But if he isn't taking people's houses away, then he's probably stripping them of their dignity on social media, like what he did to Fat Joe. At the VMAs in the early 2000s, Fat Joe had the brilliant idea to say this on live TV.
I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G-Unit.
50 Cent didn't take too kindly to the police reference, so he dissed Fat Joe later that same night. Now, for some of you, you might be thinking that Fat Joe's diss was quite random, and you'd be wrong, because his distaste for him came when 50 Cent started dissing Ja Rule. Since Fat Joe was friends with Ja Rule, not to mention the fact that he frequently collaborated with the whole Murder Inc., it was clear where his loyalty lied. That's why he took the VMAs as an opportunity to draw a line in the sand and wage war on 50 Cent. Fat Joe was officially a part of the beef, meaning 50 Cent had a new target to toy with. So he decided to throw shots at Fat Joe's music. 50 Cent took to his YouTube to spread awareness on the dangers of listening to Fat Joe's music. So he created a two-part skit showing the world what happens when you listen to Fat Joe.
What's up? Yo, this is 50 Cent. I just want to thank everybody for showing their support. In order to get well messages, I got on thisis50.com. Yesterday, I listened to Fat Joe's record, Shit Hurt, and I told you people not to listen to his music, and some people didn't listen, and look what happened. Young Buck tried to buy this motorcycle after listening to Fat Joe's record, but look what happened. The skateboarders. Those people try to work out. It's terrible. I mean, Fat Joe's record is the worst thing ever happened to hip-hop. It is because his music sucks so bad, it's gonna kill people.
If you've made it this far into the video, I'm sure by now you now notice that social media is one of 50 Cent's favorite tools when it comes to war, with Instagram being his favorite weapon of choice, especially when it came to P. Diddy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened, but during the mid-2000s, Diddy did some things that rubbed 50 Cent the wrong way. That's why he has made it his life's mission to embarrass Diddy every chance that he gets, like how he would cast doubt on Diddy's sexuality via some interviews.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January.
At first, people thought that 50 Cent was just a jealous troll, but after his suspicions were proven correct, he was owed an apology. That's why 50 Cent checked his Instagram to celebrate being proven right. Now, it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come at you like that unless they have a case. Oh, this shit is a movie. I told y'all, but you didn't listen. You know there ain't no seat on that bike, right? And 50 Cent, being as petty as he is, you know that he wasn't just gonna stop on Instagram. He has promised that a full-length documentary titled Did He Do It is on the way. And judging by the name of the documentary, it looks like this is just gonna be another expose making fun of Diddy for all his sins. This project is just the cherry on top for 50, as his real prize was being proven right.
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said that you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You're do this, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
is, might come for
you see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were and pillaged.
Moral of the story, Don't mess with 50 Cent.